We're here in Seattle. MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the Houston Astros taking on the Seattle Mariners. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Just about ready to roll. And on the mound now, Luis Castillo.
Four-pitch guy. He's got some options to work with in terms of keeping hitters off balance. So we'll see how he decides to utilize those weapons through this start here, and whether or not he's able to mix them all in early, or if he wants to hold something back a little bit later, maybe second, third time through the order, and give them something they haven't seen. It's tough when you know a guy's got that in his back pocket. As a hitter, you really have to stay on your toes.
Hauls it in, and there's one away. Now we check out the Astros lineup. And it's clear the most important job they have today is getting to the starting pitcher early and often.
No doubt about that. That's the best way to disrupt a game. But can they do it? Certainly something for us to pay attention to in this one, partner.
Isaac Paredes stands in now, looks at that one inside. There's a swing and a drive. That one's carrying. And it's gone. He hammers one out to right, and they jump out front. It's 1-0.
Boog, his plan was to hit the ball hard, and he was going to figure out the rest later. You can't argue with those results. Boog, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
Now it's Yordan Alvarez. That misses, and that's ball one.
Part of the order coming through now, and with one home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Next offering in there for a strike, and a count 1-1. Right through there for a strike.
Well, at that velocity, if that's all you're seeing, 88, you can handle that all day long. That's what you get in batting practice. But off the velocity of the fastball, that is a very tough.
And he can't come up with it. Throw back in, holds him at first, so just a single.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield.
And now it's Christian Walker. Runner on to go. Throw to second.
Usually when you see a team try to steal a base in the early innings, it tells you they want to be aggressive on offense. Try to force the defense to make plays and slow them down. That's exactly what they did right there. So we'll see if that caught stealing changes the offensive approach moving forward.
Missed with a changeup. 1-1. On the ground to third. And that is that. Astros notch a run on the solo homer. It's now 1-0. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Back here with my pal Singy, and starting in this one, Framber Valdez.
He's someone you can rely on to provide quality innings in almost every one of his starts, Boog. He knows how to command the mound. His stuff is good, and sometimes it's even better than good. If he gets off to a fast start, look out. It could be a tough day for this lineup.
Bottom of the first, here's Victor Robles.
Victor Robles.
Here's someone, historically speaking, that prefers day games over night games, so I'm excited to see what he does in this one.
Yeah, that's fouled off. And the 0-2. That one missing inside.
Clearly didn't come out of his hand the right way. Left that curveball way up.
The 1-2. On the ground to the left. Tosses to first. One gone, bottom half of the first.
Batting second, the center fielder.
And now we check out the Mariners lineup. And the challenge for this lineup today, Singy, finding a way to have success against the sinker ball.
Yeah, it's a tough pitch to hit, Boog, and even harder to elevate. Got to set your sights a little bit higher when you're at the dish. They're struggling with it. I'd expect them to make some type of adjustment. It won't take long to see how well that sinker is working today.
Julio Rodriguez swings through it for strike one. The wind of the pitch. That missed by a lot. 1-2 to count.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Fights that one away. Still 1-2. One out. Base is empty. And now it's even up. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Swing and a ground ball. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. No throw, and a speedy runner is on at first. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
Runner takes off, pitch in the dirt. Throw to second, great jump, and that is a stolen base. It wasn't even close. And the tying run is now in scoring position. Rodriguez, the runner at second with one away. Outside low, 2-0. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Brian Abreu preparing to come on if needed. Scott also getting ready. Valdez checks the runner. Rodriguez back on a dive.
You know, Boog, if you're that base runner at second base, you want to be quiet out there. Not bouncing around, not distracting your teammate, the hitter. Make sure that he can clearly focus on that pitcher and that release point.
Late swing fouled off. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Runner at second here, one gone. That one not close. And now it's filled up 3-2. Randy Arozarena in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Swing and a drive, deep right field. It bangs off the wall. In comes the run from second. It's 1-1.
Well, we're starting over again, all tied up. So close to blasting that one out of here the other way, but well, it's very tough to do when you take on the outfield gap like that. Beautiful swing, though. Let the ball get a little deep and drove it to the opposite field.
Now it's Randy Arozarena. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. Just kind of sliced that one into center.
First pitch swinging, went up there with a plan to be aggressive. Good extension on that swing. Took the pitch on the outside part of the plate and drove it up the middle. He let it travel just enough.
Luke Raley up next for the Mariners. High fly ball out towards left field. That's back. Gone! That one's got to feel good. And they take the lead. It's 4-1. Listen to these fans.
This place is absolutely buzzing right now. You can feel the energy all the way up here in our broadcast booth. When you see a guy take a slider on the outside part of the plate and hit an opposite field home run, fires you up because not only is he flexing the muscles to show the pop, that kind of approach you'll hit for a high average as well.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Astros bullpen. Framber Valdez won't go any further, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this. A new pitcher in the game, Caleb Ford.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Now batting Mitch Haniger. Left field, way back there. McCormick ranging back on it. And out of here. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they add to the lead. It's 5-1.
Back-to-back home runs, and now this place is really rocking. Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one, and you know he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side, as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
One down. J.P. Crawford gets a chance to hit. And it's fouled away. Crawford, a former Gold Glove winner, 30 years old now, a former first-round pick back in 2013. Well struck right field, back there. Onto the track, and he makes the catch.
Batting eighth, the third baseman, Jorge.
The batter now, Jorge Polanco. Inside, almost got him.
Hey! Bringing the cheese on that one.
1-1.
2 out, space is empty. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Got him. That'll end the inning after a lot of scoring. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 5-1. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the catcher, Yainer Diaz. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller, good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out. Swing and a base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
Jeremy Pena up next for the Astros. And that one clips the corner.
You come into the game knowing that unless the ball's in the dirt or gets by him, we're probably not going to steal anything today. So that's where you want to get a little more aggressive on your secondary lead and hope that some base hits, some slugs, some home runs can come into play. Well, I'll say this as a former position player and base stealer, when you come into a game and you've got a guy like this behind the dish with a big arm, you really have to change your approach. Can't try to steal because you'll get thrown out. Maybe get a little bigger lead, be aggressive on the secondary, but this type of guy shuts the running game down.
And the batter now, Chas McCormick. There's a strike at the knees.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
To second, there's one. Throw to first, but he beat it. Here's Ben Gamble.
Batting eighth, the right fielder, Ben Gamble.
This one in the dirt. McCormick off of first with 2 away. And a ball evens the count. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
And down on strikes he goes. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Back now and a new arm on the mound to start the bottom of the second. Luis Contreras. Here's Dylan Moore.
Leading up for the Mariners, the second baseman, Dylan Moore.
First pitch doesn't find the zone.
If you're the pitcher, you've got to go right at this guy. It's the number 9 hitter in the lineup. You can't be afraid of contact in this situation.
Here's a 1-1. And misses inside. That one is absolutely belted. Going back. And it hits the fence. Safe at second with a leadoff double.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. Absolutely blasted that one into the gap, but just didn't have quite enough to clear the wall out there. Maybe a little more elevation under it and it carries over, but that's a swing you'll be happy with every time.
And first offering is fouled off. No outs. Runner on second. Ground ball left side. They put the tag on him and no throw. He's into first easily.
The center fielder, number 44.
And now it's Julio Rodriguez. Reached on an infield single his first time. Pickoff throw. Robles dives back in. The Mariners knew what they had. Signed him in July of 2017 for a little under $2 million when Rodriguez was just 16 years old out of the Dominican Republic. Robles runs. Runner on the go again. On the ground to third. Zips it to first. Rodriguez out on the play.
Now batting,
Cal Raleigh up next for the Mariners. RBI single his last time up. And a foul ball. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Up with it, fires to first. That completes the strikeout, inning over. So they work around the leadoff double. We play 2 full. It's the M's 5 and the Astros 1. And we're back. And now Jake Myers.
Number 6, Jake
Castillo
Myers.
back to work. Bunting for a hit. He pops it up. Not in time. He bunts his way aboard to lead off the frame. Well, Siggy, that was really nice looking. Able to get it down and in a good spot.
And he makes it look easy. Bat angle was perfect. Barrel stayed above the hands. Could almost walk to first.
And here comes the Mariners manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Luis Castillo won't go any further. And it's going to be a start that he'd like to get a redo on. Not his best. Back with the new arm in a minute. So out of the bullpen for the Mariners, Gabe Spire.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Altuve, a guy who loves the first pitch. That time taking, and it's 0-1.
Ball one.
In the dirt.
1-1.
On the ground to second, might be 2. There's 1. How about that double play?
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
So it's their last chance in this one. Isaac Paredes up next for the Astros. That's in there. Strike 1. And ball 1.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
The 1-1 is upstairs. Now 2 balls and a strike. They're down to their final strike.
Well, when those hitters count, sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
Yordan Alvarez up next for the Astros. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. 1 strike away. Line to second, snagged on the bounce. Ball game.
I don't care if you're a top team or you're a middle-of-the-pack team. Every ball club wants to be dominant at home. Winning a game like this just helps to boost the confidence and makes you look forward to coming out again for the next one.
5-1 is how it ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long from T-Mobile Park in Seattle.